What's up, guys? How y'all doing tonight? Man, glad this work day is over. Boy, it was a long day at work today. But I'm blessed to be able to say that I was at work. There was a long period of my time where working was the farthest thing from my mind. Even if I wanted to work, I was always so messed up on drugs or dope, sick. I could never keep a steady job, right? So I resorted to the streets. I'm gonna make this video tonight to talk strictly to the ones that suffer. I know life sucks when you're getting high and you gotta have it. You're gonna feel down and out, like there's nothing going your way. Nobody loves you, nobody wants to talk to you, right? Hey, listen, that's the farthest thing. I promise that. Felonies to recovery, right? We might not know each other, but I promise you reach out to my page and I'll take the time to listen to you. I'll take the time to talk to you. I won't judge you. You got track marks, so what? You got sores on your mouth from smoking dope, so what? You a prostitute, so what? Hey, I live that life. I done it, right? Y'all's my peoples. The ones that's broken, busted, and disgusted, them's the ones felony to recovery is for. People that attend church on an everyday basis, live a holy life, they're not going to understand where we're coming from. And as you can see, I said where we're coming from. It wasn't too much long ago, I was sitting in that same spot, praying. I actually was in a prison cell this last go around, praying. Man, God, what can I do to change my life, right? I couldn't never, ever get sober. I was scared to death to be released out of prison. And that sounds crazy, huh? But it's the facts. Because see, in prison, all you got to do is protect yourself, right? That's it. They feed you 3 times a day. You're good. You got structure. But when you come outside to the real world, everything's moving so fast, you get lost. You end up resorting back to what you know, right? What's fun to you. Man, I was that guy for a long time. Stuck a needle in my arm. I've shot everything. Heroin, meth, coke, crack. I've shot Ambien pills. I've shot Tylenols. That's how addicted I was to it. I remember times I'd get up and I'd put water in the cotton just to shoot it. Just because my mind frame was so bad. Didn't even have a vein left in my arms to shoot, right? But I got pretty good at it. I was dedicated to the streets. I chose the streets over my family all the time. And because of that, my son grew up without a dad, right? My son had to learn to be a man on his own. And by the grace of God, he turned out to be a good man. If he would have followed my footsteps, I couldn't say the same, you know what I mean? But see, today my son is glad to be my son, right? So many times I call him, he'd never even answer me, wouldn't talk to me or nothing. When I got out of prison this last time, we went a whole year, me being on the street, not getting high. He wouldn't talk to me. He just knew I was gonna go back to my old ways, right? And deep down inside, I was scared I was gonna go back to my old ways. I built a support system, and that's what it's all about. You have to have somebody that can support you mentally. Ones that you can talk to. Felonies to recovery. That's what this is all about, man. I'm more than willing to talk to you. Believe me, I was that guy that slept behind stores, panhandle for money, robbing, stealing, you name it, I did it. And that's the truth, man. I never kept a girl that didn't get high because, see, a female will sell her body to get high. Now, today, I'm not like that, but that's the way I was. I've said in other videos, I was that guy that carried a needle around with me everywhere. Never left nowhere without it, right? I never wasted no drugs. I did them all until there was no more to do. And I used to think I'm never ever going to be able to get clean. But by God's grace, I'm clean. My sobriety date is March 22nd, 2020. I was released out of prison March 21st, 2020. I got high all the way up until the day I left. I came home from prison withdrawing. I went through it. That's why I tell y'all I know what the sickness is about, right? I was addicted to Suboxone in prison. That's why me personally, I say kick the habit without nothing. Because eventually it's going to come a time where you're going to have to kick the Suboxone or the methadone. And I know from previous usage that if you don't got no Suboxone or methadone and you can't get to that clinic, you're going to use. Because the sickness is overwhelming. It's so hard to get over it, man. People don't understand that when they're dope sick. But when you get a clear mind and you got some time underneath your belt of being sober and being out in society around people, you start to think about things like that, right? Me personally, I don't take anything today. I don't smoke weed. I don't drink beer. Don't drink liquor, and I don't do drugs. There's times I think about it. I'm not going to lie to you and say I don't. But then I remember where I was just at and the accomplishments that I've gotten since I've been sober. I've been able to get married, have a family. People depend on me today. I've been putting in resumes to treatment centers and getting calls back, right? And this is stuff that never, ever what I thought I could do. But see, God told me, man, I can do this. See, God allowed me to build a resume for 20 plus years in the streets. I've been through the struggle. Man, the struggle is real. But if you got a real squad with you, you can get through anything, right? Me, myself, I choose to lean on God. I pray every morning when I get up for work. I pray for people that are still sick and suffering. I pray for the children that their parents has been gone all night. I pray for the parents that their kids passed away in the middle of the night from an overdose. See, I've lost a few friends since I've been home. And it's been due to overdoses. I'm tired of it, man. I'm tired of losing the real ones, right? That's why I'm here. That's why I'm making a stand. I promise you, Felonies to Recovery, man. It's not going nowhere. I don't care how many likes I got, how many followers I got. If I got that one person that I can reach and help their life, that's all that matters, right? I don't get paid for this stuff. I work in a factory, completely opposite of what I talk about. But eventually I will be in a treatment center working, or a peer recovery coach. That's what I'm working for. Those are my goals, right? And the only thing I got any credential in is the streets. I lived it. Straight heroin addict, drug addict. I did any kind of drug you had. It didn't matter. My choice of drug was heroin. If you're still struggling and you don't know tonight if you can make it through and nobody loves you, listen to what I'm telling you. Felonies to Recovery. I love you. I promise I do. I got a special bond with people that struggle in addiction. I got a special bond for them outcasts. Because see, that's me. Even today, people look at me and they see all the tattoos and they judge me before they get a chance to talk to me. And then once they do get a chance to talk to me, they feel dumb. They come up and apologize and shake my hand. And I'm sitting there thinking, like, what are you talking about? And then they tell me, like, I misjudged you. Oh, okay. I know what you're going through, man. I feel you. And things will get better if you get sober. If you're struggling, reach out. Felonies to Recovery. I promise you, I'm here for you. Give me a chance to tell you my story. Give me a chance to hear your story. Let's put a plan together. Let's get you sober. Then let's keep you sober. I love you guys. Stay sober.